What is going on, all you spies? It's Ultimate Spy PT3 here, and welcome to another episode of Reviewed. This is Reviewed number 78, and today I'm going to be reviewing I, Robot. So, I, Robot. It was really interesting. I liked the plot of it. It was a very futuristic science fiction type movie, and I was very interested by what it was telling, the story it was telling. Maybe surprised that I have never actually seen a robot until now. I just recently saw it, and I remember bits of it, but not really the entire thing. And it has Will Smith in it, and someone who looks a cross between Evangeline Lilly and the actress who played Miss Honey in Matilda, but she's not. It also had interesting enough, had I think the first film credit for Shia LaBeouf. At least that's what I think it is. But yeah, no, the movie was very interesting. It's a features movie, so it's set in the future of 2035, where robots are basically a thing. Like, everyone's using robots. Dr. Lanning, who's the guy who's the one who had died in the movie, who was projected from by a hologram, he's actually the CEO of the company that makes, or the company that manufacture the robots in the movie, and apparently they're trying to figure out what caused him to die, and Susan Calvin, who's the actual like builder, she constructs them. She constructs the robots. I'm trying to figure out what's going on, and honestly, it was a very interesting idea. The idea of robots going bad, because that's always in a movie, or sorry, in Five Nights at Freddy's terms, or any other, like, robotic movie kind of things. It's kind of crazy how that happens, where a robot will go crazy. But in this movie, it was very interesting. I like the plot of this. The idea of having, investigating how this could go wrong, finding out that there's a whole army of robots, ready to not really attack, but like they malfunction. And of course, you have to have all this technology available to, like, really cool cars. I mean, the cars were just awesome. Like, you have these really, I mean, seriously, the moment I saw the inside of the car, I'm like, what is this? So cool. And it's very, I mean, obviously it's futuristic, but it's also very unique, because most of the stuff that we see in the movie is all like from the future. What do you expect in the year 2035? Where did that come from? Why there specifically the year 2035? I don't know. But apparently, humanity had evolved by 2035, and robots were more human. Of course, that was the idea. That was what the plot was telling us, was that Susan Calvin, was basically making these new robots more human, having more human faces, and have the idea of that they can actually feel emotions, they can dream, apparently. I thought that some of the stuff that Sonny was explaining in the movie was very confusing. I didn't understand this was like this map where he was drawing this extremely detailed map of what was going to happen. I don't really know, and it turned out, it was not actually Spooner. It was it was Sonny. But yeah, I liked it. I liked the movie itself. It was very, very good. And the reason why I liked it so much, I mean, not really liked it, I just thought it was a fairly decent movie, was because of the future setting. I like movies like that. I like science fiction movies. I'm a big science fiction nerd. I just love them. You got Star Trek, you got Star Wars, you got anything that is a movie about science fiction, or any movie with science in it, or future technology. I love that part. Like, even Tron has it. I haven't really. I'll probably do a review of that. I don't know. But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. I'm not saying it's the best movie out there, but for a movie that came out in 2004, it's very well done. And I will say that it's a very unique movie, because it kind of has the idea of what could happen in the year 2035, and what technology is advanced to, are these robots that obviously malfunction and become crazy. And That was one thing I didn't really understand about the movie, is why the robots were going crazy. I think it was something to do with their programming, like they were malfunctioning and they were going crazy. I think that the idea is that the Vicky, which is this artificial intelligence computer that is maintained, or like, Calvin's consults or something like that. That's the idea of it. And the reason why the robots, I think about the reason why the robots are actually attacking them in the first place is because Vicky's controlling them, controlling the robots. Except for Sunny, of course. Sunny is the only one that actually has minds of its own. And actually, I think it's one. The idea is it's one that wasn't processed yet, which is very interesting. I like that part. The fact that it was the only one who wasn't affected by Vicky, and also wasn't one that was processed by it. But I mean, also wasn't the one that is it being affected by Vicky. And Vicky is, like I said before, the artificial intelligence program. The U.S. Robot and Mechanical Men, which is the USR. It's basically the company that makes the robots, and it's this central artificial intelligence computer. It's Vicky, but it's also called Virtual Interactive Kinetic Intelligence. I know, crazy acronym, which is really interesting. It's kind of crazy how a lot of things are acronyms these days, and it's still acronyms now. But it's a really interesting idea. And that it takes control of everything but Sunny, which is very interesting. I also found it really, really creepy, actually, the way that Dr. Susan Kelvin designed the robots. They just look creepy. They just wanted, like, those eyes, they're human. I think that's the reason why, because it's supposed to be like a thriller. It's a science fiction noir type thriller movie. Noir, kind of like the old. I don't even know why it's called noir. It's weird, but it's like the science fiction, thriller type movie. Not a thriller. It means that it's like it's thrilling and it's like not horror, not scary. Just like, oh my god, I don't know what's gonna happen next. You don't. Things might surprise, that kind of thing. But it's very the idea of the robots and themselves were just creepy. They're just they're just weird, and the way they move and everything, and it's weird, and the fact that they speak English, obviously, but also the fact that they're so their design's so weird. It's so the design of the robots are so incredible. They're very. I feel like, they were designed for a purpose to be more human than anything else, but they were just specifically they were made to be creepy, but also to be very unique. That was the thing about the movie, was that Sunny was saying he is very unique, and because of that, he didn't get affected by Vicky. Basically, to sum it all up, I'd say this movie was very, very good. I like the plot. I like the actors. It was very, very interesting. I liked it a lot. I didn't love it. I just thought it was really fun and enjoyable, and not overly long. It's around 1 hour and 50-some minutes with credits, but it's still very fun. I liked it. So yeah, I think that really all I can say for iRobot. It's a very unique film to be called iRobot. I don't know what the deal was that. I don't know why he called iRobot. I mean, maybe the idea was that because Sunny is, he is injured. He was injured during this car crash thing that happened at the beginning of the movie, and so his arm, his leg, his arm, his lung, and his ribs, they all become cybernetically enhanced, meaning he's more robot than the normal. And that's the reason why maybe it's called iRobot, because it's the idea that not only is Sunny a very unique robot, but also that Spooner, the main character, is also very robotic because of the parts he has. So yeah, I think that's the reason maybe why it was called iRobot. I don't know. But anyway, it's still really fun. I really enjoyed it. Thriller, and it's good. It was a little creepy because of the robot design, but overall it's really decent. I liked it. I think if you watched it, you'd probably like it too. Yeah, it's good. Anyway, that does it for this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more reviews like this one. I'd say I'd give it a rating wise. Oh boy. I don't know. Let's see. 9 out of 10? 1 off because of the robot's creepiness. Come on, you gotta like their creepiness. But yeah, that's all I really can say. 1 out of 10 for the movie, and yeah. So yeah, if you missed last week's episode, you can click right here to go to it, which I reviewed the BFG. I think you'll like that one. And you can click here to go to my previous episode where I reviewed The Secret Life of Pets. So yeah, thank you again so much for watching this episode, and I'll be back next time for another one. Alright, see ya.